However, we must be able to preach effectively at a moment's notice or under any conditions or circumstances also. As you began to study the Sanskrit words, in each word you will find a treasure house of different understandings. Letter to Sattvarupa, July 1st, 1972. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Govardhan Giri Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata Madhya Kanda, chapter 12, verse 52 to 63. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Chaitanya Bhagavat. And today is Ekadasi for us. We are very happy to hear from you on this auspicious day. I now hand over the call to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tadho Jayamudire Nashtabrayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Lankhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Mande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandamadhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are reading from the Chaitanya Bhagavata Madhya Lila, chapter Madhya Kanda, chapter 12, and we are reading from text 52 onwards till the end of the chapter. I have been asked to read. To give a background of this chapter, this is glorification of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And this chapter discusses some very wonderful esoteric lila of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which would have already been discussed previously. So I'm not getting into that. And the end portion of this chapter is glorifying Lord Nityananda. This Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is glorifying Nityananda. So that is the context of our discussion. So the 51st sloka is Premarase Mattadui Vaikuntha Ishwara Nachena Laya Sabha Prema Anuchara. Being intoxicated with ecstasy, the two lords of Vaikuntha danced in the company of their devoted followers. And text 52, Eisaba Lilara Kabhu Nahi Paricheda Avirbhava Tirobhava Matra Kahe Veda. Although the Vedas describe their appearance and disappearance, there is never an end to their pastimes. The Lord's Leelas, all the transcendental Leelas of the Lord, which we discuss in the various scriptures, Shastras, all of them refer to mostly the Lord coming to the material level, material platform and doing Leelas. And also we know that simultaneously in Vaikuntha, continuously devotees are engaging in the company of the Supreme Lord himself and other great devotees and engaging in their service. That is constantly, forever going on. And similarly, in the material platform also, just like we have the Bhauma Vrindavana Leela of Lord Sri Krishna, just like we have the Leela of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the earthly planet, where we technically sort of see a beginning and an end of the Leela. Just like Srimad Bhagavatam explains how Lord Krishna appeared, on the Ashtami Tidhi when the nakshatra was Rohini, etc., etc. And then also towards the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam, we also see how that hunter Jara, he shot an arrow at the Supreme Lord. It hit the Lord's lotus feet, and then the Lord disappeared. Like that we see. Similarly, we also see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared on the Purnima immediately after the, what do you call it, the eclipse, and then the Lord appears. And we also understand that the Lord disappeared into the deity inside the temple like that. So this is what is explained here, that in the Vedas and the Shastras, it speaks about a beginning time of the Leela and an ending time of the Leela. So that is why we have in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, we have Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, and Antya Leela. That is just to put into perspective in context of time within the material existence, because this concept of time is existing only in the material world. There is no what you call impact of time in the spiritual world, because there is no past, present, future in the spiritual world. There is no aging in the spiritual world. There is no decay in the spiritual world. There is no destruction in the spiritual world. As Srila Prabhupada says, time is, conspicuous by its absence in the spiritual world, Srila Prabhupada says. So there it is eternal. And here also, actually, the Lord's Leelas appear to be, the Lord is doing Leela in Dwapara Yuga, in this particular universe, in this Bhauma platform, in this Bhuloka, the Lord did all these things. And the Lord disappeared. But the Acharyas explain, the Shastra also explains, that Lord's Leela is called Nitya Leela. That means right now, as we speak, there are Leelas going on, being played by the Lord in the material realm in some other universe. Somewhere the Lord is engaging in his own self, Krishna himself Leela is going on. Somewhere else his avatara Leelas are going on. Matsya, Varaha, Kurma, Narsimha, Vamana. All those things are going on. And in some other very, very, what you call, fortunate place, Chaitanya Leela will be happening. It is continuous. And also Srila Prabhupada mentions in one purport in the 10th canto, first chapter, as to how devotees can actually, before going to Vaikuntha, they can actually be transported into a Bhauma Leela of the Lord in some material universe. They can take part like that there, and then go to Vaikuntha. So that facility also is available for devotees. So that's actually a great news for all devotees, that can also be done, provided we are qualifying ourselves with that kind of pure devotional service to the Lord, so that we can also be, at least be a bystander in some Leela. We may not have some very great thing to do out there, but even simply taking part in the Leela itself is the greatest thing. Not that we should always get some prominent thing to do. Even we can be a grass in one of the Leelas, and that also is unimaginably greater in comparison with what we are doing in the material world. however big things we may be doing in the material world, cannot be compared at all with a living entity going and becoming even a blade of grass in one of the Nitya Leelas of the Lord. So that there is a difference, like, heaven and earth kind of difference. So that is constantly going on. So here, Vrindavan Das Thakur is mentioning that you are seeing this now here. The Lord is acting in this way. But eternally also this is going on another platform. So this is something that devotees, everybody knows, but it is good to always be aware that the Lord is actually engaging constantly, continuously, forever. These leelas are being enacted, and there are devotees taking part in these leelas and enjoying that absolutely supermost transcendental bliss devotees are experiencing through the leela of the Lord. Because the whole idea of the Lord performing this leela in the material world is so that the jiva can take part, the jiva can watch, the jiva can hear and experience transcendental bliss. That is the whole idea. And that is actually an expression of the mercy of the Lord. This whole Leela performance of the Lord, Krishna Leela, Chaitanya Leela, Rama Leela, Nrsimha Leela. The Lord is performing this Leela out of his causeless mercy, purely to ensure that his devotees are enjoying. That is his main motive. Everything else that happens is just incidental, by the way. The main motive for the Lord to perform these Leelas are for his devotees, are for his pure devotees, are for his part-time devotees, are for his half-baked devotees. Everybody gets benefited by the exhibition of the Leela of the Lord. And that mercy is what we will discuss a little bit more, because this chapter is about the glories of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So text 53. Eimata sarvadina Prabhu Nityakari Vasilena Sarvagana Sange Gaurahari. After dancing in this way for the entire day, Gaurahari sat down with his associates. So as we all know, the Supreme Lord, when he came as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, as Gaurahari, his main pastime was engaging in kirtan. In public, the Lord's main pastime was engaging in kirtan, engaging everybody in kirtan. In the chanting of the Hare Krishna maha-mantra, to be very precise. And in private, in smaller gatherings, towards his, as the Leela went on, we hear another type of kirtan, which is the chanting of the Srimad Bhagavatam and explaining that, and experiencing transcendental bliss by hearing the recitation of the verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam and experiencing transcendental bliss out of such hearing. So these two kirtans are an integral part of Chaitanya Leela. One is for the general public, the chanting of the Hare Krishna. Again, it is the form of the mercy of the Lord, that the Lord is making himself available in the form of his name and giving everyone who chants it, the Lord is giving the opportunity to associate with him. By simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, The Lord, out of his causeless mercy, is giving everyone the chance to associate with him. So again, the mercy part is coming here, becoming very important here. That when we hear that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his associates is chanting and dancing, so that is an expression of his mercy. Why? Because he is allowing everybody to take part without any consideration for anybody's qualification. The Lord is allowing everybody to take part in the chanting of the Hare Krishna maha-mantra in huge groups, and everybody benefits. The devotees are the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pure devotees. They are actually enjoying transcendental bliss, and the not so devoted people, the neutral ones, the ones that are slightly favorable, the ones that are somewhat unfavorable. Everybody, simply by hearing this, they are all getting greatly benefited because they are all getting purified, whether they like it or not. So another expression of the mercy, the causeless mercy of the Lord, through his congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna. And for the more advanced devotees, we see that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is engaging in another type of kirtan. What is that kirtan? That is the reciting of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Wonderful devotees would recite the Srimad Bhagavatam. The verses, there are many wonderful experts of Srimad Bhagavatam in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's entourage, and they would all read, in the musical tune set for the various chandas, and they will read in that musical meter the Srimad Bhagavatam, and they would all greatly relish the transcendental rasa that is available inside the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because as you know, it is a grantha for the rasikas. They greatly enjoy. It is a grantha for us who are not rasikas because it is greatly purifying. Both ways, benefit is there. So in these two ways, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always spent his time with his associates in both these ways. And we can see that either the case, there is always transcendental bliss. The result is transcendental bliss for everyone. Even for those people who don't know what is transcendental bliss, they will experience transcendental bliss without understanding that it is transcendental bliss. This is the ultimate, mercy that we cannot even imagine. This is the ultimate mercy that we cannot imagine. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood. And then he speaks to his associates. Atetina tali diya Shri Gaura Sundara Sabare kahena ati amaya uttara. Clapping his hands 3 times, Shri Gaura Sundara frankly spoke to everyone as follows. Prabhu bale ei Nityananda Swarupe re ye karaye bhakti shraddha se kare amare ihana charana shiva brahmara vandita atayeva ihane kariha sabha prita तिलार्धे के इहाने या हारा द्वेष रहे भक्त हाइले ओसे अमार प्रिय नाहे. This is very wonderful exposition by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the status of Sri Nityananda. The Lord said, anyone who keeps faith and engages in the service of this Nityananda Swarupa actually keeps faith and serves me. His lotus feet are worshipped by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Therefore, all of you show love to him. If a person maintains even a tinge of envy towards him, then he is not dear to me, even if he is a devotee. So, these 3 shlokas put together from the It is emanating from the lotus mouth of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu himself, where he says that somebody has a tinge of Dvesha rahe, tila arthe ke, even a little bit, small. Tila artha means, till means everybody knows. Small portion of it. That means even, a tiny bit of enviousness, if somebody is having feeling towards Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that such a person, even if he is a devotee, he is not dear to me. And he says that anyone who keeps faith and engages in the service of this Nityananda Swarupa actually keeps faith and serves me. And he says Lord Nityananda is worshipped even by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Because we all know the position of Lord Nityananda. He is actually non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami actually is glorifying Sri Nityananda Prabhu in the Adi Lila, 5th chapter, no? The first sloka. Vande Nandat Buddhaishwaryam Sri Nityanandam Ishwaram Yasya Chaya Tatswarupam Ajnena Pinirupyate. Chaitanya Charitamrita, no? It is very wonderful. You see Adi Lila, all chapters, no? All chapters open with a prayer by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And this prayer, the Adi Lila 5th chapter, first sloka, this prayer especially brings out the nature and position of Sri Nityananda. That is Ananda Adbhuta Aishwaryam Sri Nityananda. Ishwaram, Yasya. That Supreme Lord, Ishwara, who is he? He is Ananta Adbhuta Aishwaryam. Unlimited, wonderful. Whose opulence is unlimitedly wonderful. That's Sri Nityananda Ishwaram, the Supreme Lord. Ichaya Tatswarupam Ajnena Api Nirupyate. He says that his form, Sri Nityananda's form, becomes revealed to even the ignorant. How? By the Lord's, his own mercy. So this is the mercy of Lord Nityananda. We all speak about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being maha-mantra, is most munificent. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is considered to be one step more munificent than Sri Chaitanya. But at the same time, now why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this warning, sort of, to all his associates, that one thing is glorifying Lord Nityananda Prabhu, saying that anybody who is very faithfully serving Nityananda is actually serving me. So one thing is that by serving Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, we actually become qualified to serve Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also a very mystical personality. It's very difficult to understand. Now we may think what is so difficult to understand. How wonderful it is that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this opportunity for all of us to engage in Krishna Kirtan and become purified, however unqualified we may be. So that wonderful mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually inexplicable, inconceivable. It is beyond our conception. It's beyond our intellectual level to understand or to comprehend how this is, why this is. So that itself is a very mysterious thing. Now this Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is giving this mercy even more than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The next chapter in Madhya Kanda, you will be studying that, that ultimate mercy giving of Sri Nityananda. Now this Nityananda Prabhu by nature is an avadhuta. He is also called, elsewhere he is called Avadhuta Shiromani. This Avadhuta itself means strange people, madman, like that. And he is an Avadhuta in the sense that at a very young age he left his home, giving great distress to Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Mata. He gave great distress to them. And he went off with one mendicant who came home. That mendicant asked Hadai Pandit, can you give me your son? And with great reluctance, they gave. And Sri Nityananda Prabhu from that time is wandering around the world, all places. He is elder than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the particular lila, this particular Chaitanya lila. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is 12 years or something older to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he is always acting as a subservient to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it was Nityananda Prabhu, Nadiya Gudrume Nityananda Mahajan Pathiyache Namahatta Jiver Karan. This whole marketplace of Nama is opened. Originally, that Nama, market of Nama, market of the holy name is opened by this Nityananda Mahajan on the order of Sri Chaitanya. Now, this Avadhuta behavior of Sri Nityananda Prabhu is very difficult for people to understand. There is this wonderful history, about what happened between Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Shivananda Sen. Everybody knows about Shivananda Sen, who is a very dear devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who had taken it as his life's mission to take all devotees from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri for their yearly visit to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to have darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to have the satsanga of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All Navadvipvasis would go every year to Jagannath Puri. And Shivananda Sen was the main organizer of this. He is the main organizer. He would pay money. He would arrange all the on the way places to stay, prasadam for everybody who is going. He was the topmost organizer, Shivananda Sen. Those devotees who are very blessed by Shivananda Sen, they organize wonderful tours nowadays. All tour organizers should be very thankful to Shivananda Sen. They can all take inspiration organizing yatra. However, Shivananda Sen is a bit different because he was sponsoring the whole yatra of everyone. So that's a different type of service. Very exalted service he was performed. And he is very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shivananda Sen's children, one of them was allowed to suck the thumb of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To that extent, Shivananda Sen is close to Sri Chaitanya. Now, once, while going to Jagannath Puri, on the way there was some place where the accommodation was not ready for some reason. So everyone had to, the whole tour group had to stay under a tree for some time. And prasadam also was not ready, by some act of providence. So everyone was, waiting. Everyone was sitting under big trees. Things are just a bit delayed, so everybody is waiting. Happens during tours, everybody understands. Now, Nityananda Prabhu, this is where this Avadhuta mood, that I said we cannot understand. So, Nityananda Prabhu apparently becomes very, very angry that he has no proper place to stay and there is no proper prasadam for him to honor. So, Shivananda Sen is not on the scene. So, Nityananda Prabhu very loudly, he will curse that let all three sons of Shivananda Sen die, like that. He pronounces a curse like that. And this is being heard by the wife of Shivananda Sen. And she becomes very, very sad. She becomes grief struck. And she starts crying. Because she knows that the potency of Nityananda Prabhu, she thinks Nityananda Prabhu has cursed me, that's it. So Shivananda Sen comes, after arranging, making all proper arrangement, he's coming to the group. So immediately the wife is crying, he's seeing her crying. So she tells why she's crying. So Shivananda Sen says, not only three children, let both of us also, let all of us die, if that is the desire of Nityananda. While this is going on, Nityananda Prabhu comes and he sees Shivananda Sen and he kicks him on his chest, in chastisement. And we also know that one of the devotees, one of Shivananda Sen's relative, named Srikanta, he actually becomes very angry. And he will leave that group and he will travel ahead to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and complain about Nityananda. So imagine, Shivananda Sen understands the position of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and he understands this apparently erratic behavior. So this is Avadhuta. That does not mean that, every yatra attendee who throws a tantrum is in the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. Not like that. That is exactly what, the Acharyas say, that you should not see this as, a typical anger tantrum thrown by a hungry man, that he got hungry, there was no food available, there was no proper arrangement, so he got very angry and, he is kicking the tour operator. This is how we will understand this. So, for people like that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is warning that don't look at Nityananda Prabhu from a material point of view. We cannot understand his actions because he is always transcendently situated. And how he behaves, what he does, nobody is able to predict. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understands everything. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understands everything. So he is warning all his associates that one thing is that all of you follow Nityananda Prabhu. If you are following Nityananda Prabhu's instructions, it's as good as following me. Therefore, it is imperative for all sadhakas who are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who are the Anugas, Rupanugas, as we are called. When we branched out, we are also called Prabhupada Anugas. But we are from that big branch of Rupanugas. So, we should all follow the instructions given by Lord Nityananda because he is so merciful that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, you follow him means you are following me. And without following him, you cannot follow me. It's like that. So that is the position of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And that is the mercy of Sri Nityananda. That bringing all the sadhakas, bringing all those who are interested to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu mystically works. That is why it is said that, all the acharyas, are the mercy incarnations of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Because they are all taking that mood from Nityananda Prabhu to give mercy indiscriminately. Giving mercy indiscriminately. That is why he opened the marketplace of the holy name. Everybody come and take. He made it like that. Otherwise, it's not available like that. The one who is, said to be giving away prema with the most amount of difficulty. Srila Rupa Goswami says that this prema is not given by Krishna. He gives it with greatest difficulty. Why? Because he knows that he becomes purchased by the pure love of the devotee. Therefore, he makes it very tough, very stringent. He speaks about, giving up all other dharma and exclusively surrender to me, etc., etc. So many conditions he is putting. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take out all the conditions. And Nityananda Prabhu take out whatever little condition Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had also. To that extent, his mercy is flowing. And without his mercy, without the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, we can never approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he is the Adi Guru. He is Balarama, he is Mahasankarshana, he is the origin of the three Purushas. All this is Lord Nityananda in this lila. This Nityananda Prabhu in this lila is actually this personality. So therefore, we must always look at Sri Nityananda Prabhu only from that perspective of the Adi Guru, the Mahasankarshana, Balaram, who is non-different from Krishna. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu, non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. However, one subtle difference is there. He is more merciful. In a mercy scale, if you put, Nityananda Prabhu slightly heavier than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy on the scale, Nityananda Prabhu will tip the scale slightly, ever so slightly more. So eager to distribute the mercy. So through him, all the acharyas, imbibing that spirit, they are distributing the mercy. And that is continuing till date, from the time of Sri Nityananda. So all these are depending on, every one of us are dependent on this mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And we should never have any misunderstanding about Nityananda Prabhu's behavior. Why did he kick? Shivananda said, why did he curse the three sons of Shivananda? We cannot ask like that. We should simply understand that he is the most merciful personality, and Shivananda Sen has accepted that as the mercy of Sri Nityananda. So we cannot have a different viewpoint to it, because that will be detrimental to our devotional process. We must understand that the Lord, how he executes, the Lord, how he is giving his mercy, we cannot understand. Because of our conditioned intelligence, we are thinking that distribution of mercy is in this particular way. Correct? We are always thinking that mercy is distributed in this particular way, where everything is convenient for me. That means bhakti is being, mercy is being distributed. Not like that. Irrespective of anything, we must understand that whatever the Lord does is ultimately for the benefit of the jiva. Because of his ahaituki karuna. Ahaituki karuna. So that is Nityananda Prabhu. That is Nityananda Prabhu. He is not making a show of, mercy. No, is giving actual mercy. Showing as if you're merciful and being actually merciful is, very, very different. Like in modern psychology, they differentiate between sympathy and empathy. So sympathy is something like, you say, I feel bad. I feel bad that this is happening. If there is a war, we all say, I feel bad that it is happening. In war, many people die. I feel bad. So sympathy is simply lip service only. Sympathy is lip service. Also, it is said that sympathy also is a, innermost feeling of relief that it has not happened to me. That is sympathy. That's all sympathy is. But empathy means actually you feel the pain that the other person is going through. So you will act on it. So Vaishnava is always empathetic. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu has taught us that. Because Sri Nityananda Prabhu can see the suffering of the Baddha Jiva, of the conditioned soul. He can actually feel it, He can actually feel the suffering. So he wants to actually help. So he's taking concrete steps to help by opening the Namahata. So this is the height of empathy. It is being revealed by Nityananda. So please come and take. Because I can feel, what you're going through. Come and take this. This acts as a medicine. And this also is the greatest treasure. It begins to act like a medicine, and then as it starts acting, later on, the person who is undergoing the treatment will understand that it is simply not only a medicine, it's also the greatest treasure. So that kind of mercy Sri Nityananda Prabhu is giving. And in order to become dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and become actually part of this movement, we need that mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you should not even have an iota of some kind of pratak bhava towards Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Like, why did he kick Shivananda Sen? Why did he make Raghunath Das, distribute so much of chida and dahi? Why did he make him do the, or even more, another more bewildering pastime of Nityananda Prabhu is the Dandabhanga lila. He breaks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sannyas danda into 3 pieces and throws it into the river. And he tells him, you are a cowherd boy, you are supremely independent. Why do you need a sannyasi stick? You are not, you are not limited by Varna and Ashrama. So why are you carrying something that is, it is although it is the top of the Ashrama, sannyasa, but that is still within the Varnashram system only, So Nityananda Prabhu is telling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that, so therefore you don't require danda. And very interestingly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely accepted it silently. He didn't say anything. Very esoteric. There is another hidden meaning in this. Because Sri Nityananda Prabhu is actually Shesha. He's Adishesha also. Means whenever the Lord's Leela is going on, he is the one who is the paraphernalia of the Lord. He acts as Chamara, he acts as the Paduka, he acts as the Simhasana, he acts as the bed, Everything is, so for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu is playing that role. And this danda is actually one of the paraphernalia. So the another inner meaning is that, so that is giving a burden to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has to carry the danda. So Nityananda Prabhu thinks that, it's like why the Lord should take trouble to carry me. Whereas it is my, my seva to always do all these things for him. So he broke the danda and threw. So like this, Nityananda Prabhu means inexplicable. Therefore, we should not try to, bring out our own smart intelligence and get into some kind of trouble with Nityananda Prabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is warning us, don't do it. Because that is, Nityananda Prabhu is our way to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ihana vatasa lagi bekaya ragaya, tahareyo Krishna na chadibe sarvadaya. Krishna will never leave that person who is touched by the air that has passed by Nityananda's body. Subtle fragrance is spread by air. The touch of Sri Nityananda's bodily fragrance makes a person's devotional service to Krishna so firm that the worshipable Lord Krishna can never reject it. Now just imagine, Mahaprabhu himself told that, sadhu sanga, sarvashastra kaya, lavamatra sadhu sanga, sarvasiddhihaya. Lavamatra sadhu sanga, he has told. Now he is telling, what he is telling now? Even more. That is, even if you are touched by the air that carries the fragrance of Lord Nityananda, if somebody is touched by that air, Krishna will never abandon. So it's explained that because even if we are simply touched by the air that is carrying the fragrance of Nityananda Prabhu, simply by being touched by that air, our faith in Krishna will become so strong that Krishna will never abandon us. What to speak of Sangha? Even air carrying fragrance is giving Sangha. Just imagine. So this is very poetically explaining the greatness, the unlimitedly great mercy of Sri Nityananda. So may not have seen Sri Nityananda Prabhu, may not have, had physical association. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says even that is not required if you simply, it's so esoteric, it is so intense, that we can never fully appreciate this. How can that be? This passing, a fragrance carried through air. It is very subtle. Is it not? It doesn't stay for long. Normally, when we speak of fragrant air passing, because wind is moving, it will carry fragrance, it will pass off. Correct? So that if you take that as a principle, that is something that is very, very short-lived, we can say. But here it says that if you are touched by it once, you will never be abandoned by Krishna. So such is the power, the strength of the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, that once we take shelter through his associates, through his servants, their servants, their servants, their servants, like that we are taking the association of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and we will never be abandoned by Krishna. So what a great reassurance it is giving on one hand to all the sadhakas. Simply by that very little, unimaginable, inexplicable. But somehow, whether we can imagine, cannot imagine, can explain, cannot explain, can understand, cannot understand, the most wonderful thing is that it works. It works. So that gives us a hope. That gives us determination. So all this is manifesting through the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Suniya Prabhura Vakya Sarva Bhakta Gana Maha Jaya Jaya Dhvani Kari Lata Khana. After hearing the Lord's words, all the devotees immediately chanted Jaya Jaya. Bhakti Kari Ye Sunaye Ye Sab Akhyana Tara Swami Haya Gaurachandra Bhagavan. Lord Gaurachandra becomes the master of one who hears these topics with devotion. So, Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that if you simply hear this narration of the glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu with faith, with devotion, we hear this, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu will become our master. Comes the master. We want Lord as our master. That's our, for any sadhaka, the desire should be that I want to be the servant of the Lord. I want the Lord to be my master. I want to accept Lord as my master. I want to give up my own mastership. And I want to embrace my eternal servitorship, accepting him as the master. So here, Vrindavan Das Thakur says that you hear about the glories of Nityananda Prabhu with a lot of devotion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will automatically become your master. What an easy way is given. Nityananda Swarupere ye sakhala kathaya dekhila setanhare janaya sarvatha. Those who saw these pastimes of Nityananda Swarupa know his glories and truth. So those who have taken part in this lila, they fully understand the position of Nityananda. And they are the ones who are giving it to us. So we should accept it, through the parampara, the position, the esoteric level of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and his unique brand of mercy that he is giving. Eimata kata Nityanandera prabhav janayatha chaitanyera priya mahabhaga. Only Lord Chaitanya's most fortunate associates know the unlimited influence of Lord Nityananda. So Lord Nityananda is unlimited. As Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami already said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is introducing Nityananda Prabhu Vande Ananda Adbhuta Aishwaryam. No? So Ananta Adbhuta Aishwaryam, Sri Nityanandam Ishwaram is already given. So unlimited. Therefore, how is it possible for ordinary people like us to understand fully? We can never fully understand. Only those people who are the closest, dearest associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they understand Nityananda Prabhu. So from them, we also try to understand Nityananda Prabhu. And thereby we become recipients of his mercy. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasatahu Pada Yukhe Gana. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Om Tat Sat. So this is the conclusion of the 12th chapter of Caitnaya Bhagavata Madhya Kanda, entitled The Glories of Sri Nityananda. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful, beautiful class. Very grateful to you, Prabhuji. You have said so many beautiful pastimes of Lord Nityananda. Many, many glories that you have spoken. Thank you so much, Prabhu. You were talking about sympathy, and the other one is empathy. Is the correct? Yeah, I thought I got it right or wrong. So sympathy, you said that it's just like being sad about it, but empathy is reacting or involved in that. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a lip service. Prabhupada says we can correlate with that, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you so much,
We also
Prabhuji.
took that actually. That sympathy is simply paying lip service.
Oh, you already said it. Okay, maybe I missed that point. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very
One
grateful.
thing is to say that I am sorry for your loss. Another thing is to feel that I am sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
That's sympathy and empathy.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful pastimes. Very grateful to you. I really like the point that you were telling how the dust or the fragrance carrying the Nityananda's dust, that is also, very glorious, that even if that will be recipient of someone, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be always there with them. And it is so beautifully explained, Prabhuji. I really, really liked the class today's. class, Prabhu. I open the forum for the question and answers or any realizations. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams, glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice class, Prabhu. And I don't have any question as such, but want to share this as, you can say the reflection that I got, that it's Nityananda Prabhu, he performed so many pastimes. And it's so easy to misunderstand the character of Nityananda Prabhu. But like all the leelas that you have mentioned, kicking Shivanand Sen, Dandabhanga, and now we are seeing that how Nityananda Prabhu is acting like an avadut. So for a common man, it's so difficult to understand the glory and the supremacy of Lord Nityananda. But definitely devotees like yourself, our Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, how they have brought into this glory of Nityananda Prabhu, establishing his supremacy as the Supreme Lord. And time and again, like you also mentioned, and Prabhupada also mentions that, don't imitate, try to follow.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
that's such a wonderful point. But thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for always coming on the call and giving us the right direction to understand these wonderful personalities and enthusing us to follow into their footsteps. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand their character. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams. So glories to you.
Thank you, Kitida Mataji. We have one raised hand. Praladanand Prabhu, please go ahead.
Dharma Pranam Mataji and Dharma Pranam Prabhuji, Dharma to everyone here. I just wanted one clearance, Prabhuji. I heard somewhere that that in Dandabhanga Lila, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had intention of delivering Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And that's why Nityanand Prabhu actually facilitated by, breaking that, and so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can go alone and meet Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as an unknown person like that. So is this a speculated thing or is this true? I was wondering that.
I have not personally read this anywhere within limited knowledge, but
Okay.
could be, could not be. I don't know, because also among the Gaudiyas also there are so many versions and so many books, and some of them our acharyas say that some of them may not be so authentic. So I haven't personally heard. So I'm sorry, I'm not able to help you with this.
No,
Somebody more
Prabhuji,
learned, you could refer this to somebody more learned there. I'm sure they will be able to answer.
As you were saying, that Nityanand Prabhu's mercy is flowing through the mouths of exalted devotees by hearing his katha. And today, actually, you have done that for us, especially for me. So that's very kind of you, Prabhuji. Dhanvat Pranam. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Very, very inspiring. And thank you for reinstating the glories of Nityananda Prabhu and how to see Nityananda Prabhu's behavior in the correct light. I also liked one point that you said, that if we keep a scale, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy definitely is more, and the scale would tip towards his side. It's very beautiful, Prabhu. Really hoping and praying that we get more and more inspired by these beautiful classes of yours and learn to take his mercy. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prithvilasni Mataji and Praladanand Prabhu. Yeah, is there anybody having any more questions or any realizations? Please go ahead. Okay. If there are no more questions or realizations, we can end the call here. Once again, I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya Namo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. His Grace Govardhan Giri